Manthan is a very, very dear work to me, and I'll call it very recent work. I finished the film in 2015, and Manthan is my continual, visits to the river in Delhi, which crosses Delhi, which is Yamuna. And I've been looking at the rivers all around the world and looking at the wetlands. And I'm trying to understand the relationship and the belongingness of the water with human. So I think Manthan is the right example of my research between belief and reality, where I have taken the traditional story or the mythological story from Hinduism, which is from Vishnu Purana. It's called Samandar Manthan. Or the sea churning episode from Vishnu Purana, where the sea, demons and the gods, they collaborated for the first and the last time, where they churned the sea to find the life nectar. So I wanted to take the situation from the past and contemporize in my times, and wanted to churn the river and take the sludge out. So this is my real wish, or it's my act towards, or my protest towards the situation of the river, because everybody has turned the back towards the river, and it's like a sewage, as you see in the film. So it's anyways, there are political issues, because only 1% of the water comes to Yamuna, in Delhi. So rest of the water goes to the other states. So the states are dividing. How the politics works in natural resources, the common becomes the ownership. So how you are looking at the ownership of water, how you are looking at the ownership of air. So these are the questions I wanted to pose through this film. But I love to play with the aesthetic, because once I take my camera and I'm into my work, so I just forget about the other things. But it's more about the aesthetics, more about the work I want to do, or more about the message I want to convey through that work. And it's just the relationship between me and the image at that point, at that moment. So I think Manthan is my really, really dear work for that. I migrated to Delhi in 2005, and once I came here, the natural bent towards the environmental issues or the city planning was in me, and then there were a lot of other researchers, scientists who were working on the issue. So I started working on I started looking at the city as a migrant also, and I started looking at the new boom of the money. It happened in 2005 when the Commonwealth Games were being announced in India. So during that time, the city was flourishing, so-called flourishing, with a lot of construction. So you see only the construction material all around in the city. So that's how camouflage was kind of, I wanted to augment that in my mind, so this is an augmented situation of the urban planning, because it's very unplanned. I researched about the environment, and I researched about the air in Delhi. So there was this statement came about in Nostradamus' prediction. So where he's stating that by 2013 people will go pig mouth. So I was like, that triggered me, so I said, okay, let's do with the mask, because that looks like a pig mouth, or a very hybrid form of a human if you wear a mask. So that's how I think I came about that series, and I wanted to do that series with my friends, staging the mundane activity of day-to-day living. So it's like indoor and outdoor environments, how they are affected in those countries where we are having these I'll say these are the side effects of the growth, so-called growth. So that's how I came about that. So it's a kind of mockery of my own times.